5 things that I've learned since I've worked at Hartley. That's a good question. Firstly, I think it's probably that dentistry is not just about dentists looking in your mouth, it's more holistic. So by that I mean there's a lot of other health issues that are linked directly to having a poor level of oral health. So for example, there's evidence out there to show that people with poor oral health are much more likely to have a cardiac event in later life, such as a heart attack. They're much more likely to have rheumatoid arthritis. They're much more susceptible to diabetes. And that's the kind of things we need to be educating our patients about and looking at, and not just saying, yeah, you've got poor gums and teeth, we'll fix that for you. It's the repercussions of that we need to be getting across to people. I think secondly is that I didn't always realise that dentistry was so prevention-led. I kind of just thought I'd go to my NHS dentist once a year, have my 20-minute checkup where they'd run a scale around my mouth and say, yeah, everything's fine, Mr. Jones, off you trot. I think now I understand that having that preventative dentistry in early life reduces the risk of you having to have really expensive treatment in later life. So I've now realised that if I sit in with Dean, our hygienist, once a quarter, and he has a good look around my mouth and a good clean, I could potentially be saving tens of thousands of pounds in restorative treatment in later life because I've looked after my teeth properly during my younger years. Thirdly is that in the industry, dentistry is service based, so it's not just about medicine, it's about customer service. It's about the same as a baker, the same as a mechanic. If we don't have the customers coming through the door to buy, procure our services, we don't have a business to run. And when you take a step back and look from outside the bubble, you can see quite clearly that we need to invest time, money and effort into making sure that our customer service is second to none. And that's what sets us apart from other dentists, in my opinion. Fourthly, is communicating effectively with our patients is really, really important. There's a lot of jargon in dentistry, a lot of things where people will nod their head and agree when perhaps they haven't actually got the faintest idea what we're talking about, which is no criticism of anybody, that's just sometimes the way it is. And I think here at Hartley we try and communicate really effectively, put things in really simple, easy to understand terms for people so they know exactly what's happening to them and how much it's going to cost, which I think is really, really important. And lastly, I would say that probably dentists are a bit weird, Charlie. Sometimes they can be seen as a bit elitist or even self-important sometimes, which I think doesn't always reflect well on the industry, and I think I've learned that perhaps they're not so much like that. Charlie, for example, is a very humorous guy, we have a laugh, we get on very well, but at the core of it is that professionalism and care for people's oral health, which is the most important thing.